Kindness. It's a simple word, yet it holds immense power. Kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. It's about recognizing the humanity in everyone, regardless of their background, beliefs, or circumstances. Kindness is a universal language. It transcends cultural boundaries and speaks to the core of our shared human experience. A smile, a helping hand, a listening ear. These acts of kindness are understood and appreciated across the globe. Why is kindness so powerful? Because it speaks to our innate need for connection. We are social creatures, hardwired for empathy and compassion. When we act with kindness, we tap into these fundamental aspects of our being. Kindness is not about grand gestures or heroic feats. It's about the everyday choices we make to show up for ourselves and others. It's about choosing compassion over judgment, forgiveness over anger, and love over fear. The power of kindness. Believe it or not, science backs up the power of kindness. Studies have shown that acts of kindness have a profound impact on both our mental and physical well-being. Kindness is a natural antidote to stress. When we are kind, our brains release oxytocin, a hormone that promotes feelings of happiness, connection, and calm. This, in turn, lowers our heart rate and blood pressure, reducing the harmful effects of stress on our bodies. But that's not all. Kindness also boosts our immune system, making us less susceptible to illness. It increases our energy levels, improves our sleep quality, and even reduces chronic pain. The benefits of kindness are not limited to the giver. Acts of kindness create a ripple effect, spreading positivity to the recipient and even to witnesses. When we see someone being kind, it inspires us to do the same. So, the next time you're feeling stressed or down, remember the power of kindness. A simple act of compassion can do wonders for your health and well-being. Small acts of kindness. We often underestimate the power of small acts of kindness. We think we need to make grand gestures to make a difference. But the truth is, the smallest acts of kindness can have the biggest impact on people's lives. Imagine this. You're having a rough day, and nothing seems to be going right. Then, a stranger smiles at you and tells you to have a nice day. That small act of kindness, though seemingly insignificant, could turn your whole day around. Or consider this. You see an elderly person struggling to carry their groceries. You offer to help. That simple act of kindness might be the only human interaction that person has had all day. These small acts of kindness may seem insignificant in the grand scheme of things, but they can have a ripple effect, touching the lives of countless others. Never underestimate the power of a kind word, a listening ear, or a helping hand. You never know how far your kindness will travel. Kindness is not just about being nice. Kindness is not just about being nice. It's about building strong relationships, both personally and professionally. When we are kind to others, we create a positive and supportive environment where everyone can thrive. In our personal lives, kindness helps us build deeper connections with our loved ones. It fosters trust, empathy, and understanding. Kindness strengthens our relationships and creates a sense of belonging. Professionally, kindness is just as important. A workplace where kindness is valued is a workplace where employees feel respected, appreciated, and motivated. Kindness fosters collaboration, creativity, and productivity. Leaders who lead with kindness create a more positive and productive work environment. They inspire their team members to be their best selves and to treat each other with respect. Kindness is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It takes courage to be kind, especially in the face of adversity. Teaching kindness in schools. Kindness should not be left to chance. It needs to be nurtured and cultivated from a young age. That's why it's so important to teach kindness in schools. Children are naturally compassionate. They are eager to help and to be kind to others. But they need guidance and support to develop these qualities. Schools have a responsibility to teach children about empathy, compassion, and respect. This can be done through social-emotional learning programs, character education, and simply by creating a school culture where kindness is valued and celebrated. When children learn about kindness, they learn to see the world through the eyes of others. They develop empathy and compassion. They become more understanding and forgiving, and they learn to resolve conflict peacefully. Teaching kindness in schools is an investment in the future. It's an investment in a more compassionate, just, and peaceful world. Breaking down barriers. While kindness is a universal language, there are barriers that can hinder our ability to be kind. These barriers can be internal, such as fear, judgment, or self-doubt. They can also be external, such as societal norms, cultural differences, or simply a lack of awareness. One of the biggest obstacles to kindness is our own ego. We get so caught up in our own lives, our own problems, that we forget about the needs of others. We become self-centered and lose sight of our shared humanity. Another barrier to kindness is fear. We may be afraid of being taken advantage of being seen as weak, or of making a fool of ourselves. The good news is that these barriers can be overcome. The first step is to become aware of them. Once we are aware of the things that are holding us back, we can start to challenge them. We can challenge our own negative thoughts and beliefs. We can choose to focus on the positive, to see the good in others, and to believe in the power of kindness. We can also reach out to others for support and encouragement. Kindness across cultures. Kindness is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It is expressed and interpreted differently across cultures. What is considered kind in one culture may not be perceived the same way in another. For example, in some cultures, direct eye contact is seen as a sign of respect, while in others, it can be interpreted as confrontational. Similarly, physical touch, such as hugging or kissing on the cheek, is a common way of greeting in some cultures, while in others it is considered inappropriate. It's important to be aware of these cultural differences so that we can avoid misunderstandings and show respect for others. When in doubt, it's always best to err on the side of caution and to observe how others are interacting. Despite these cultural differences, the underlying message of kindness is universal. It's about treating others with respect, empathy, and compassion. It's about recognizing our shared humanity and extending a helping hand to those in need, sparking a global movement. Kindness is contagious. When we act with kindness, it inspires others to do the same. Imagine a world where kindness is the norm, where people go out of their way to help each other, where compassion and empathy are valued above all else. This is not a utopian dream. It's a very real possibility, but it's going to take a conscious effort from all of us. We need to start by making kindness a priority in our own lives. Let's commit to performing at least one act of kindness every day, no matter how small. Let's make a conscious effort to be more patient, more understanding, and more forgiving. We can also amplify kindness by sharing stories of kindness with others. We can use social media to spread positivity and to celebrate acts of compassion. We can support organizations that are working to make the world a kinder place. Legacy of kindness. The world needs more kindness now, more than ever. We are living in a time of great division and uncertainty. Fear, anger, and hatred seem to be running rampant. But there is hope. There is always hope, and that hope lies in the power of kindness. Kindness has the power to heal wounds, bridge divides, and bring people together. It is the key to creating a more just, compassionate, and peaceful world. The legacy we leave behind is not determined by the size of our bank accounts or the number of followers we have on social media. It is determined by the way we treat others. Let us strive to leave a legacy of kindness. Let us be the change we want to see in the world. Let us start today with one small act of kindness at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If this message of kindness inspired you, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more uplifting content. Let's keep spreading kindness together. Take care and remember, every small act makes a big difference.